Now begin my front steering axle. I have my power steering box. It is not damaged or leaking. It is not missing any nuts, bolts, or cotter keys. My power steering hoses are not damaged or leaking any fluids. My steering linkage. I have my connecting link arms and rods from my power steering box to my wheel. They are not worn or cracked. My joints and sockets are not worn or loose, and they are not missing any nuts, bolts, or cotter keys. My suspension. I have my leaf springs. My leaf springs are not missing, shifted, cracked, or broken. I have my spring hangers. My spring hangers are not missing, cracked, or broken, and they have no damaged bushings. My U-bolts. My U-bolts are not loose or missing, and they have no damaged bushings. My shock absorbers. My shock absorber is not leaking, and it is mounted securely. My brakes. I have my slack adjusters and my push rods. They are not loose or missing any parts. With manual slack adjusters, my push rod should not move more than 1 inch with my brakes released when pulled by hand. My drum brake does not have any dents, cracks, or holes. It does not have any contaminants such as debris, oil, or grease, and it is not loose or missing any bolts. My brake linings cannot be worn dangerously thin. My tires should be evenly worn with no cuts or other damages to the threads and the sidewall of my tire. In my steering axle, my front tire should have a minimum of 4 32nds of an inch in tread depth, 2 32nds in my rear tires. My valve cap and stem is not damaged, broken, or missing. Using a tire pressure gauge, my front steering axle tire should be at 90 psi, 100 psi on my rear tires. My rims are not damaged or bent. They cannot have any welding repairs. My hub oil seal or axle seal is not leaking. If my wheel has a sight glass, I will inspect and check for adequate oil level. My lug nuts are all present. They are not missing. They have no cracks or distortions. They show no signs of looseness, such as shiny threads or rust trails. And my bolt holes are not cracked or distorted. I am now finished with my front steering axle.